Let's try to do the next one. I won't even do a joke since the last joke was long and possibly upsetting to some people. Maybe not. I don't know. Times are changing. People are getting less upset with weird stuff, and you can actually make a joke maybe these days. I don't know. No one's gonna hear it anyways. You can't say that on the YouTubes. Don't worry, no one's listening anyways. They've banned my shadow. They banned me and then they banned my shadow. They banned me and then they banned my shadow. I'm telling you what. No, I'm just sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a two note away major second. So we're on the second. We're on the second. This two represents that it's the second in the scale, and then the major second, and then this two represents that it's two notes away. Now, because this is an even note, then we know that we do not count evens when we do the chord construction because we skip every other note. So we go from the 1, 3, 5, and then we go to the 7, which is the last in the scale, and then we call the 9 the 2. So now the 2 has another name that it needs to go to. That's what it gets called at work. It's a 9 at work because work doesn't accept 2s. Doesn't accept 2s. No, you are an odd number if you're going to be showing up in this organization. I don't want to hear it. I don't care what you want. So let's call it I don't know. We're going to say it's a 9. So we have to memorize that we could call it a 2 or a 9. All right. So let's say if it was a 2, it'd be right here. So 2 notes away. Boom. What if I go a string up? If I go up above it, I have to look for let's find it first. Let's get this out of here. What's that doing? That's not helpful. It's back here. So if I go above it, now I have to deal with this inverse thing because I have to look for the inverse distance, because again, if we think about this as a circle, then if I go around one side of the circle, it's different from going around the other side of the circle, but the ratios are going to be inverse ratios, right? So the rule is if I go above it, I have to look for the inverse distance. So if I'm talking about a 2 note away major second or a 2 note away major 9, then 12 minus 2 is 10. So I'm looking for a distance of 10, which would be a 10 note away would be a minor 7. And remember, the inverse of a major is a minor. The inverse of a minor is a major. So I'm looking for a 10 note distance around our track. So it's going to be -5, and then this way -6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do it this way. So -5, -6, -7, 8, 9, 10. So it's going to be, if I went from D to C, it would be that would be a 10 note away minor 7. But if I go from bottom to the top, well, that would be a 2 note away major second. All right. So that means that if I go up one string, the 2 note away major second will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back, unless I cross the fault line, which would happen only on the B string. So if I was on the B string, let's go out, we can barely see this C out here on the B string, right there, and then I find the D. Now it's going to be a longer distance because this tectonic plate has been pushed to the right. So the rule is if I go up 2 strings, the 2 note away major second will be 5 frets back, which is just reachable unless I cross the fault line, which only happens on the B string, in which case if I go up 1 string and cross the fault line, then the 2 note away major second, which could also be called the 2 note away major ninth from a chord construction standpoint, is going to be 6 frets back. All right. So let's go to the next one. And we're going to say the next one is going to be up here. And so now you're going to say, if we go up 2 strings, so now we've got an inverse distance, so it's a 2 note away major second, or it's going to be a 2 note away major 9, and we're going to say if we go up 2, so it's going to be -5, -10, -5, -10. So if I was here, -5, -10, so if I go from top to bottom, it's going to be a 10 note away minor 7. If I go from the bottom to the top, therefore, we have a 2 note away major second. 2 note away major second. So that means if I go up 2 strings, then the 2 note away major second or 2 note away major 9 will be on the same fret unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on either of the bottom 2 strings. So for example, if I was here and I went up 2 strings, it would be here. So if I go up 2 strings, then the 2 note away major second will be on the same fret unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on the B or the E string, in which case if I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 2 note away major second, which could also be called the 2 note away major 9, would be 1 fret back. Okay, let's go down, or let's go to the next one up. This is the newly revealed one that we haven't been seeing much of, and we didn't see it last time because we looked at this B doesn't have a major second, but rather a minor second. So this is a new distance on the string we revealed up top. So now we're going to say, okay, if I go up 3 strings, I'm looking for a 2 note away major second or 2 note away major 9, which has an inverse distance of 12 minus 2 or 10 notes away. So it's going to be -5, -10, -15, 14, -15, 15 minus 12 can bring it down to 3, 2, 1, 0, or octave. I can also say that's 12 or 0, 12, 11, 10. Okay, so if I count it up this way, it's going to be 5, 10, 15. 15 minus 12 is 3, 2, 3 here, and then go this way. 2, 1, 0, or 12, 12, 11, 10. Whew. So from here to here, so if I went from this D to that C, that would be then a 10 note away minor 7. But if I go from the bottom, from here, the C to the D, oh, that would be a 2 note away major second. Okay? So that means if I go up 3 strings, the 2 note away major second is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets up. 5 frets up. Okay, unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on either the B or the E string, in which case the 2 note away major second, let's go from here. Wait, that's not it. With here, if I went up 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, would be back here. It's going to be a longer distance because the bottom got shifted up. Okay, so if I go up 3 strings, the 2 note away major second will be 5 frets forward. Now wait a sec. I want to go this way. It's going to be this way. Why am I going backwards? That's better. Okay, so if I go up 3 strings, the 2 note away major second will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets forward, unless I cross the fault line, which has a lesser distance because now this got pushed inwards, in which case if I go up 3 strings and cross the fault line, the 2 note away major second will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets forward. Okay, so that makes sense. Now note that you could have also said, now that we're closer to the bottom than the top, and this bottom string might be easier to measure. Wait a sec. No, this top string might be easier to measure by first looking for this note on the bottom string, right? Because then I'm measuring down and I can find the same one up top because I'm closer to these bottom strings. And I know that this string and this string are the same, just different octaves. So I could say, well, let me count down and then figure the one out up here for the top string, and I would be counting diagonally. I don't need to look for the inverse if I was to do that. I would just count the 2 note away. I'm looking for a 2 note away. So it would be 5, 10, 11, 12, or 0, 1, 2. And there's the D here. So if there's a D here, there must always also be a D on top. So note that whenever we're looking at these strings, the top and the bottom string, I could find whichever I think is easiest to locate, and then the same note will be on the other of those 2 strings. Okay, so let's go down 1, and we're crossing the fault line. So if I go down 1 string and cross the fault line, the 2 note away major second or 2 note away major 9, I don't need to look for the inverse distance now. So it's just going to be -5, 4, 3, 2, crossing the fault line diagonally here. So I'm going to say if I'm here, it's going to be -5, 4, 3, 2. So boom. So that means if I go down one string, the 2-note away major second or 2-note away major 9 will be 2 frets back. 2 frets back if I cross the fault line. But this is the only time I would cross the fault line, because if I was on like this string, then let's go out here. If I was on this tectonic plate, I wouldn't cross the fault line. And if I was up on this continent up here, I wouldn't cross the fault line. It's only there. That's the only place where the fault line messes it up. You're the weird one. You're the weird one. Okay? Okay? No, you're virtue signaling. Your virtue. So if I go down one string, the 2-note away major second, therefore, or 2-note away major 9 will be 3 frets back, unless I cross the fault line, which only happens on the G string, in which case if I go down one string and cross the fault line, the 2-note away major second or 2-note away major 9 will be 2 frets back in that case. And we already looked at the bottom one here because we looked at it when we were comparing it to the top. So I'll go through that one quickly. I'll just say it's right there. So if I count that one out, once again, 2-note away major second, 2-note away major 9. If I go down 2 strings and cross the fault line, is going to be here 5, 10, 11, 12. 12 minus 12 is 0, and then 1, 2. Now I wouldn't cross the fault line if I was up like here, up top. And so then if I went down 2 strings, it would be out here. So that would mean that the 2-note away major second or 2-note away major 9, if I go down 2 strings, the 2-note away major second or 2-note away major 9 will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets forward, unless I cross the fault line, which would happen on either the D or the G string, in which case if I go down 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 2-note away major second or 2-note away major 9 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets forward. All right, so we'll continue on with the third next time, possibly the most important interval. And again, I hope it makes sense that I think a lot of people really don't measure as much from the bottom of the guitar and try to look at the intervals from the perspective upwards. And again, there's multiple ways you can kind of do that. You can break up the shapes, but these intervals, just looking at the intervals is, I think, an underrated thing to do. So, and maybe it's boring, and maybe there's math involved. Maybe it looks like a spreadsheet and you're like, dude, the guitar looks like a spreadsheet. I don't want to do that. But it's good that it looks like a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are cool, man. All right? If it didn't look like a spreadsheet, it would be lame. Anyways, let's stop it there.